Just wanted to bring some clarification to a few things. Yes, you're right, Councilmember Knox. We do have a Constitution. Many times the Constitution is challenged because we interpret the Constitution differently. That's why we have a court system. And we many times argue over the same laws based on perception, right? And so we can't go into it thinking that we automatically lost just because someone may have a counter viewpoint. That's why we have the court system. So we figure it out that way. But Councilmember Thomas made a great point. I mean, this is really for the bad actors. The only reason we even need laws, the only reason we're here is because people, for whatever reason, can't act responsibly and reasonable on their own, right? So now we have to create laws for order, for structure, for discipline, so that we can coexist as society in a reasonable way, in a safe way. So for the bad actors, yes, you should already have cameras out there. You should already be providing this information to law enforcement. But since some of you all are not doing so, then we get elected into these seats to then talk about it, create a law to make them do so, right? And I think that's really our job here, right? The mayor said that he met with stakeholders. They didn't push back. We had 2 weeks of public session. We didn't have a long line of people in here fighting back. So that particular industry, they're not fighting back, even if there is some type of cost associated with it. And so I don't see it as picking winners and losers because they're all for it. The losers are the bad actors who are sitting back. They don't even want to be seen or come up here and say anything because they know now we're regulating on them that you're going to have a camera outward facing on your property. And why do we want the cameras? Not just to deter, but we're all pro law enforcement. But a lot of times HPD is getting the call after the fact. If they don't have the footage, then they don't have the evidence. If they don't have the evidence, it can't even go to court in the first place, right? So these cameras are a way in which we can have not only surveillance, but also aid HPD and other law enforcement agencies that have the proper evidence to do a proper investigation and then hopefully catch the bad guys. And that's ways in which I think we can have true deterrence and have measurables to show if what we're doing is actually making a dent and impacting the crime rates around the city. And so hopefully we can expand upon this, but I think this is a step in the right direction.